Hello everyone, Esther here with our glorious Lady Victoria. In the previous episode, we managed to finally get enough money for a amazing power scroll, and today we will get it unlocked, hopefully. But first, I also did some off-screen time. I did another run of the bosses of Dastard to get the final points of fame and karma that we needed to max out our stats and get some extra money. And I'll show you something really interesting today. We will go to the Fires of Hell. Oh, hello. Then we'll take the walk around here. After we are done with this little section, we will purchase a boat and we will go to the land of Ambrosia, where we can find a shrine that will allow us to use our power scroll. So from the Fires of Hell, we just need to come here. It's very close by, and we will find the Hall of Legends. Once you get there, I'm going to show you in the map. There's a little cave, and there's this entrance right here. As you can see, not far from Britain, just inside the T-zone. And in here we have Ares, the god of legends. Let's talk to him. You stand within the Hall of Legends, Victoria. This is where the most notable champions are laid to rest. Some were the most lawful heroes, and others might have been the greatest villains of the land. They all share one common trait. They were brave in the face of danger and have slain many powerful creatures that roam the lands. They had killed great dragons, mighty demons, and powerful undead. Their names are known through the land, and their history forever remembered. Legends were born from their bravery, and items were forged and wielded by them. From Elric's Sword of Stormbringer to Merlin's Might Staff, these legendary artifacts were sometimes lost, stolen, hidden, or found by others. Although these items were once among the mundane, these champions used these items in many battles. Those victories made these items into legendary artifacts. It is not your time to lay among the mighty, but you could begin your journey with an item of power forged in your name. I have placed a book in the pedestal. If you have 15,000 points of fame and 15 points of karma in either towards good or evil, and 10,000 gold for tribute, then you may select an item from the book. Although I will create the item from you, it will appear as something simply sold by merchants. As long as you are equipped with the item, it will grow in power as you achieve victory over the many fearsome foes of the land. Upon selecting the item, your fame and karma will reduce accordingly. It is up to you to rebuild them. You can seek as many legendary artifacts as you are able to achieve. They are very special compared to regular items of common appearance. Legendary artifacts will never need to be repaired. If you meet an untimely end, you will have it in your possession when you return to the living. Certain traps that affect equipped items will have no adverse effects on legendary artifacts. Creatures that attempt to ruin your legendary artifacts will fail in the attempt. If you are careless with your artifact and leave it lying about, then fate will speak for what happens to it. Your items will gain levels as you equip it and gain victory over your adversaries. When the item gains a level, single click your item and select Enchant to give the item more power. Be careful adding more power to items, as you cannot change the attributes once you select them. You can use regular dye tubes or on legendary items, make them any color you choose. If you want to rename your artifact, show me you have been gifted one by handing it to me. I will return it to your artifact along with a branding iron you may use to mark the artifact with the name you choose. So you click the book, and there's a whole lot of different things that you can find here. Each one of them begins as a very basic item, and as you gain experience, the item will level up and gain more enchantment points. What I want for Victoria is a hammer pick, which is a one-handed macing weapon with a special attack that we really want. So we choose it, we lost 10k gold that we have, and our fame and karma are now at 0. But look at this. We have Victoria's unusual hammer pick, a legendary artifact that is level 1 and has 0 experience points. We can give it to the Titan, and we have a branding iron that will be called, what's a good name for a hammer pick? Wrathful Resolution. We can think of a good one later. But as you can see, it's a very basic weapon, much weaker than our actual hammer here, but eventually it will be much stronger. It has armor ignore, which is something we have been missing for quite a long time, and spin attack, which is also very nice. So with that, let's see what this thing can do. It doesn't have the life leash, the mana leash, or any of the cool stuff that we had on our actual weapon, and the damage absolutely sucks at this point. But since it has an armor ignore special, it can do a lot that we couldn't before. Now, once we defeated an enemy, you see that it gained experience points, and once it had enough and levels up, we will get points to spend and to customize the weapon in any way we see fit. We need 260 more, we got 40 on this guy, these little birds that we faced. So we could go fight more enemies now to level it up, but I will leave it in here for a second and continue our journey. Now let's go to a moon gate. Now we need to go to west. Yes. We just teleported all the way across the map because we are going to the city of Grey, where we will purchase a boat, assuming we have the coin, we do, and travel to Ambrosia. There are many places in this game that actually require you to have a boat to get to, like there are entire dungeons and zones that are locked in the sea. There are boats that you can find and farm. There's even a little pirate island filled with loot that you can have a good time in. Oh look, a little dragon. I'm not gonna fight anyway until we get to where we want to, just to keep this video a bit short. But overall, I'm very happy that Victoria got herself the legendary artifact. She's so close to her goal, to finishing her adventuring goal. Let's get to the docks and get ourselves a boat. Where was it? Around here somewhere, I guess. So to get the boat, we talk to a shipwright NPC. I think we need a grappling. Oh no, we already have a grappling hook. There are large, medium and small size ships. The dragon ships have a little different art style than the other ones. And the main difference is how many people you can take in the boat with you and how many items you can store in them. You don't need much, so let's get ourselves a medium-sized dragon ship. It shows in our inventory right here, and we can put it in the world near a dock like this. Here's good. There's a little lad that rows the boat for us, and to get inside you can either use a teleportation spell on the ship key, or you can click to either side of the mast to release this plank that you can then double click and get on your way. To start moving, we have to raise the anchor and double click this guy, which shows us the direction tab. Let's turn the ship around, or let's not turn the ship around if you can. And from Grey we will cut to this little island here in the south, which is where the dungeon of Castle Exodus is, which is a really nice place. A little bit of strong enemies in there. And it does take a while to get to anywhere in a boat, as the move speed is not amazing. I want to turn it around, and now I'm moving the wrong direction. Yeah, now we are in the correct direction. You can click any one of those buttons to change the direction. You can click this to stop, you can click this to rename it. I'm moving very slowly. And this lad keeps calling me a sir, which is very annoying, but not much that we can do about it right now. Let me take a note of it and see if it can be fixed. There is a big boat in here filled with sailors that you can go to. And there are enemies that you can find in the sea as well, like serpents and elementals and so on. Why aren't we going to the right direction? Okay, once we reach our destination, we can double click to get the plank out again, and then leave the boat. After that, what was the wait? Oh yeah, this just makes us come back. And we have to lower the anchor. I think. Oh yeah, to get the ship back into your inventory, you need to be in a dock. And in this place, there are docks on the castle here. But I don't think I want to bother with that right now, just for the sake of the video. So I'll take a quick walk around and see if there's an actual route for us to get there, or if I will have to get the boat closer. But if you are in a dock and your ship has lowered its anchor, you can double click the little rowing lad and it will dry dock your ship, turning it back into an item in your inventory. Here's another boat for another character that I use to test these things on. And here you have Casto as it is. I will make a guide in this dungeon eventually, probably with Victoria, once she has a few levels on her magic weapon. But what we are interested is here in the right, there's this little green portal that takes us to a whole new land called Ambrosia. Ambrosia has no moon gates aside from this one, from what I can tell, but it has an awful lot of dungeons in it. It's a place where recalling is not allowed, so every time you come in here, if you're playing with vanilla settings and haven't modded your server, you have to come through the portal and do a long walk to whatever it is that you want to go. The reason why you would come to this, aside from the really cool dungeons it has, are the shrines to use your power scrolls. There are 4 of them spread around the map, and we need the Shrine of Strength to actually use our Macing Power Scroll. And I'll take you there. As you can see, it's a very heavily wooded area, so navigating it can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but it's nothing Victoria can't handle. Also, when you have the ship key in your possession, you can use your travel skills to recall back to them, which is great. It can save you an awful lot of time. Of course, you can't recall here in Ambrosia, but you can in most other places. Here to the side we have the Dead City, which is a dungeon with hordes of undead, and it's where we will actually level up the hammer, because there are many low level enemies together, and they will feed us loads of experience points. Can close this now. Ambrosia, the wilderness, has a few points of interest outside of the shrines. There's a crater with a meteor there that usually has a pretty strong Hydra guarding it. A few of the shrines will require you to have a boat with you to access them. And like there's a whole section in here that you need to get a boat on. But mostly it's a very chill place outside of the dungeons. The dungeons can be quite challenging. Also, when I was running Dastard yesterday to get the fame and karma I needed for the artifact, I got those pretty bonkers sandals with a lot of damage, defense, hit chance, lower reagent, luck, and pretty much everything I ever wanted out of a pair of boots. We are at 600 luck so far, which is a lot more than I thought that this character would do by the end of the that this character would have by the end of the playthrough. Let's just go around here. And we go back into the stick woods. There's a giant demon coming up. Let's see if it catches up. I would take a quick detour to show you something. Excuse me. In here we have the Dragon's Maw, which is one of the coolest dungeons in the game. It has half a dozen really intense boss fights with giant dragons. Great place for tamers to get pets and for us to get loot. But what we actually want is to come here and into this little shrine down here. Look at this, really nice place. It has a golden egg. And now just double click your scroll and it says, using a scroll increases the maximum amount of a specific skill or your maximum statistics. When used, the effect is not immediately seen without a gain of points with that skill or statistics. You can view your maximum skill values in your skills window. You can view your maximum statistics value in your statistics window. So we have a maximum of 250 attribute points. And we have a cap. No, I want to show the caps. Of 100 in every one of those skills. So let's use this. And now our cap of bludgeoning is 125. Our real skill is not there yet, but it will, soon enough. And with that, Victoria has achieved everything we set out for her to do. She got a home, she got an artifact weapon, and a power scroll. Let's go back home. Actually, let's not get back home because we cannot recall from this place. But anyway, you get it, the idea. But I'm very happy. It took us almost 40 episodes to go from absolute nothing to being an absolute powerhouse. But as you have seen during this whole series, it's very much doable. It doesn't take too much skill to actually get to a point where your character is pretty much unbeatable. It just takes knowledge of the game mechanics and knowledge of the world of Akalabeth. I had a really good time with Victoria, and I hope you had one too. Thank you for tagging along. I think that, let's see if we can find the giant demon. I don't think we will shame. But, oh, here it is. Let's take it down as one final enemy on this series. Our hotkeys don't seem to be working, which is slightly concerning. Oh, they are now. But Son Dipri, the glazed Baron of Hades, will prove to be an adequate match for our skills. And now you can see our bludgeoning is raising again. It's on 100.5.6, and we can go all the way up to 125. We could continue to play, get a lot more money to get the other scrolls, get more fame and karma to get more artifact weapons. But I think we are ready to call it a day. Victoria is strong enough that she doesn't really have to prove anything to anyone. She will continue to do some dungeons in the channel here and there, but mostly her story is over at this point. As I mentioned, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a great time. I for sure did. And I'll see you again soon with more videos and more content. Bye bye.